Okay, so lesson 8 is radical applications. Word problem is given to us. We just need to figure out an equation and solve the radical. Okay, so an artist creates a pattern similar to the one that's shown, but he frames an equilateral triangle inside a square instead of a circle. The area of the square is 32 centimeters squared. Sketch the diagram for the situation. So we are given that the area of the square is equal to 32 centimeters squared. We know that this is the height. Since area of the square is 32, we know area of a square is side times side, right? So to figure out, let's say if side was x times x, it'll be x squared is equal to 32. So x is equal to 32 root, right? So this is going to be 32. To figure out the exact perimeter of the triangle, we know that 32 is one of the sides. In the perimeter of a triangle is 3 times the sides. Since the side is root 32, we can write it like that. Now 32 is an entire radical here. We can simplify this more. So 32 can be written as 16 times 2, where 16 is your perfect square. So when you do that, you can take out the 4. So you have 12 root 2 centimeter as your perimeter of the triangle. Okay? And again, exact means that you're supposed to keep it as a radical, not convert it into a decimal. Okay? Questions about part A or B? No? Okay. So now they're asking us to figure out the exact height of the triangle. So let's just draw the triangle over here. We know this is the height. And that this was root 32, which when simplified was written as 4 root 2, right? 4 root 2. So if that's what it is, we can use Pythagorean theorem to figure out our answer to this, the height, because this side over here is also 4 root 2. So height squared plus 4 root 2 squared is equal to your hypotenuse, which is 4 root 2 as well. Okay? So let's subtract both sides with 4 root 2 squared. Oh, I made a mistake here. So we're looking at this piece over here of our triangle, right? This and this side is equal. Because they're equal and the total is 4 root 2, I can figure out this side. This side will just be half of 4 root 2, which is 2 root 2. So now applying Pythagorean theorem to this, h squared plus 2 root 2 squared is equal to 4 root 2 squared. Does that make sense? So I'll just square this whole thing. 2 squared is 4 and root 2 squared is 2. So 4 times 2 plus h squared. 4 squared is 16 times root 2 squared is 2. So 8 squared plus 4 times 2 is 8. 16 times 2 is 32. Subtract 8 on both sides and you get 8 squared is equal to 32 minus 8, which is 24. Square root both sides, you get h is equal to root 24 can be split into 4 times 6, where 4 is a perfect square. So when we do root 6, height is going to be 2 root 6 centimeters. Again, don't forget about the units. Now they're asking us about the exact area of the triangle. So we know area of triangle is half base times height, where your base, you already know your base is 4 root 2 times your height, we just found that, is 2 root 6. So 4 times 2 is 8, root 2 times 6 is 12 over 2. 2 and 8 can be simplified. You get 2 divided by 2 is 1, 8 divided by 2 is 4. So you have 4 root 12. Now 12 can be broken down into 4 and 3. So we do root 4, which gives you 4 times 2 root 3, and that's 6 root 3 centimeters squared. Questions? Oh, 4 times 2 is 8, not 6. Okay. Next question. So, kinetic energy, physics, we use radicals for physics as well. Energy of motion can be expressed using the following formula. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv squared, where Ek is kinetic energy, m is mass, and v is speed. A 1 kg football, it has 25 joules of kinetic energy. When it is thrown through the air, its speed in meters per second can be expressed as a specified radical in the form a root b. Record your answer. So, what we have been doing so far. Now,
no,
this.
You said specified radical, not simplified radical.
Oh, thank you for correcting me. Simplified radical in the form a root b. So, we just put it in the formula. We know our mass is given to us. We know our kinetic energy is this. So, put it in the formula. 25 is equal to half times 1 v squared. Multiply both sides by 2, which will give you 50 is equal to v squared. Square root both sides, you get v is equal to root 50. Is root 50, can we simplify root 50?
25 root 2.
25 root 2?
Or 5 root 2.
Yeah, so it'll be 25 times 2, which is 5 root 2 meter per second squared. Awesome. And because you need to record it in the box, it'll be 5 and 2 as your answer. Questions about this? So I'll give you 5 minutes to try this question and then we'll discuss it. Okay, so the side is given to us and perimeter of a square is 4 times side, which is 4 times root 32 minus 2 root 5. So 4 times 32 is 4 root 32 minus 4 times 2 is 8 root 5. 32 can be simplified into 16 times 2 minus 8 root 5. 16 can come out. It'll be 4 times 4 root 2 minus 8 root 5. So it'll be 16 root 2 minus 18 root 5 centimeter as your answer. Don't forget about the units, you guys. For area, it's going to be just the side times side. So root 32 times root 32 is 32 minus 2 times root 5 times root 32 is going to be 2. 32 times 5 is 160 minus 2 root 5 times root 32 is going to be 2 root 160 again. Same thing over here, positive 4, because 2 times 2 is 4, and then root 5 times root 5 is 5. So 32 minus 4 root 160 plus 20. 20 plus 32 is 52, minus 160 can be broken down into 16 and 10, where 16 is the perfect square, so it'll be 52 minus 4 times 4 root 10, which is 52 minus 16 root 10 centimeters squared as your answer.
I simplified the thing beforehand, kind of, where I simplified 32, and then I took, for area, since if you square a square root, it just becomes a normal number, I just squared everything, and then I just multiplied 16 by 2 and 1 by 5, because when 32 squared simplified is just 4 root 2.
Yeah, you can simplify
And
this
so
first.
then I just like multiplied the numbers with each other, because if you root a square, or if you square a square root, it's just a number. So, and then I did it that way, and then I got 12 centimeters squared, because
That'll be incorrect.
incorrect.
Yep, because if you do square root of 32 minus square root of 5 squared, you're just squaring this and this number. You have to distribute it. Sorry?
I wouldn't be squaring the things.
You are potentially squaring them, like if you see you got 32 and 4 times 5 over here, but you need to distribute it, because then you'll miss out on these things. You can only just square it if you have something like this squared. This is not equal to root 32 minus 2 root 5 squared. They're not the same thing. Okay, these are the questions that are a little bit tricky, but there are a fair chance of them to be on the test as well. It says standard of excellence over here, but let's try one of the questions. So two adjacent sides of a parallelogram have the measures root 14n minus 45 centimeter and 2n centimeter. Determine the actual lengths of the two sides if the perimeter of the parallelogram is 54. So parallelogram is given to us, and then they have given us the adjacent sides. So they have given us that this is 2n and this is root 14n minus 45. So to figure out the perimeter of a parallelogram, it's just 2 length times 2 width. So 2 times root 14n minus 45 plus 2 times 2n, which is 4n, and perimeter is 54. So I can divide all these numbers by 2, so I'll divide all of them by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, 4 divided by 2 is 2, 54 divided by 2 is 27. So 27 is equal to root 14n minus 45 plus 2n. So when we did the previous lesson, you have to move everything and isolate the radical. That's what we'll be doing. Subtract 2n on both sides. 2n minus 2n is 0. 27 minus 2n is equal to root 14n minus 45. Square both sides. Square and square root cancel. 27 minus 2n can be written as 4 negative, or the identity, using the identity 27 squared plus negative 27 squared plus 2 times negative 2n times 27 is equal to 14n minus 45. 27 squared is 729 plus 4n squared minus 108n. So I'm just multiplying 2 times 27, and that's equal to 14n minus 45. Move everything onto one side, so negative 14 on both sides, and add 45 on both sides. 45 minus 45 is 0. 14n minus 14n is 0. 4n squared minus 108 minus 14 is 122n, plus 729 plus 45 is 774 is equal to 0. Now you just need to solve for n for this question. You can either use product sum factor or quadratic formula to do so. Okay. This one is a little tricky. So a Japanese game called shogi uses a square board. The board is covered with smaller squares that are alternating black and white. Each of the square is 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter. If the diagonal of the square playing board is root 2592 centimeter, how many small squares are on the board? So if you look at that, they're just telling us that the diagonal over here is 2592. They've told us that these small squares that are there are 3 by 3.
It's a square.
Yeah. So this is 3 and this is 3 as well. We need to figure out how many small squares are on the board. So because it's a square, the side will be the same, right? We can say the side is x.
Pythagorean theorem.
So it'll be x squared plus x squared is equal to root 2592 squared, because that's your hypotenuse. These get cancelled. You have 2x squared is equal to 2592. Divide 2 on both sides. You get 1496. X squared is equal to 1496. Square root both sides and you'll get x is equal to square root of this is, oh sorry, it's 1296, not 1400. Square root of that is 36. So x, our side, is 36 centimeter. Now we know that on 36 centimeter there are squares of 3 centimeters, right? So to figure out how many squares are on one side over here, we'll do 36 over 3, which is 12 squares on one side, right? So to figure out how many are there on the whole board, it'll just be 12 times 12, because 12 over here and 12 over here, which will give us 144 squares in total. You could also just find the area first, because area of a square is x squared, right? So second option would be area is x squared. So that's 1296. Once you have the area, you can also divide the area of one small square. So area of this square is 3 times 3, which is 9 centimeters squared. 1296 divided by 9 is 144 squares. So you can either go this direction or you can do this direction. Okay, questions?